everyone, my name is Molly and today we are here to do my January wrap-up and my February TBR. So I read a total of 3 full books in the month of January and then I read a few novellas. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I really wish I read more, but I still have the rest of the year. I want to read a total of 75 books this year because last year I read about 65. So, you know what? 10 more. I can do this. I believe in myself. I'm gonna do this. We are also here to talk about the books I want to read in February. It's kind of an ambitious TBR. It's like a book a week-ish, but I'm in the mood to read. But I also have a dilemma. I started watching Supernatural yesterday. Yeah. You know how I am with my Netflix binges. Like, I start binging a show and then I don't read for like a month. Anyway, let's dive into the books I read in the month of January. So the first book I read was Black Widow Forever, read by Margaret Stohl. I enjoyed this book immensely. It was amazing. I picked it up on a whim because I love Marvel, so I bought the book and then I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'll pick it up, I'll read a little bit, we'll see. And then I just kept going, and it was really good. This is the book that pulled me out of my reading slump. I really enjoyed it. So if you guys don't know, this is based on Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, from all of the Marvel Universe. Stuff happens to her, and you learn a little bit more about her backstory and things that happened to her, and it's really interesting, it's really good. Even if you don't enjoy Marvel, I think you'd really enjoy this. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, because I cried a few times, especially in that end. And if Margaret Stohl isn't writing another Black Widow, she really needs to, because I need to know what happens. He's not dead, okay? He's not allowed to be dead. So the next book I read this month was Jurassic World, the junior novelization. So I love the Jurassic franchise. I mean, I've only seen movies 1 and 4, but I really, really enjoyed them. I tried to watch the other 2 and they just kind of, but I really enjoyed them. And I saw Jurassic World a while back, and I watched it again and a few other times, and it was really good. And I wanted it in book form. So I was in Barnes & Noble, and I saw this book, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm going to buy it, because I just needed it in book form. Now, I don't recommend reading junior novelizations when you're used to reading books like this, because the writing is horrible compared to all these books, because it's meant for like someone my younger sister's age instead of my age, but that's okay. It took me not even like 2 hours to finish. It was so quick. The next book I read, I actually read with a few friends, Charlie and Angeline. I'll link their channels down below. They're really cool. You should check them out. And that is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I really enjoyed this book. I'm so glad we decided to pick it up this month. It was just so good and a lot better than I expected. I've been hearing things about this book for so long, and just the fact that I finally picked it up is very exciting to me. I really enjoyed it. That ending made me cry, sob like freaking baby, and I actually had to read it for school too. I did a school project on it. So I met Alex Bracken this month and she was so great, and it was just awesome. If this book is about a plague that sweeps through the nation, and the kids that don't die come out with weird like powers, like kind of superpower-ish, and society can't control them, so they frown upon them and they put them in these like work camps, and these like the powerful ones, because they're separated by color, the powerful ones are all going to be killed because they're too powerful. So this ragtag group of kids teams up, and it's really cute, and ship people, and it's just a really fun read. And if you have it sitting on your shelf, I highly recommend picking it up. And then the final, not necessarily book, but literary work I read this month was part of the Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. For those of you who don't know, this is a collection of novellas about Magnus Bane's life, and Magnus Bane is awesome. So, I had to read it. I've had this book since it came out, and I never read it, but I did read it this month. I read some of it this month. The funny story, I started backwards. So there are about 11 novellas in this series, in this bind-up. Basically, I started from the back and went to the front because I needed some Malik in my life. So I read the ones that Alec was involved in, and I'm working my way up from there. So I read The Voicemail of Magnus Bane, The Course of True Love and First Dates, The Last Stand of the New York Institute, and What to Buy the Shadowhunter Who Has Everything and Who You're Not Officially Dating Anyway. And I enjoyed them all so much. My favorite probably would be the course of True Love and First Dates, which is about Malik's first date, and it's really cute. And I also really enjoyed The Last Stand of the New York Institute, where they don't really talk about Alec, but it is really good. You see young circle members, and it's really good. I highly recommend picking at least some of these novellas up. I know the first one is pretty boring, so that's why I didn't start with the first one, but I do highly recommend picking this up, especially if you're a Malik shipper, like myself. Alright, so those are the books I read this month. Now moving on to the books I want to read in February. It's a very ambitious TBR. You know from my past videos that I do not necessarily stick to TBRs, but we're gonna try. I'm going to make an effort to stick to this TBR because these are a lot of books I really want to read. So the first book I want to read this month is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. This, again, I am reading with some friends. I did start this book and I got 218 pages in. I have to say, it was hard for me to get through the beginning, because this is one of those books that you just sit there and you have to like give yourself over to, because every 5 seconds they're throwing a term at you that you have no idea what it means, and you have to like put the puzzle together, and it's hard. You have to be committed to it. But I've heard such amazing things. I met Susan Dennard this past month. She was really nice, and so I need to read it. And it is really good. I'm really enjoying it so far. If you're looking for a really good fantasy read, I highly recommend picking this one up. Basically, this is about a world of witches, and every witch has a special talent. So there's like truth witches and water witches and stuff like that. There has been a lot of hype surrounding this book, so if you haven't heard of it, I don't know where you've been. Basically, these two girls, I'm gonna compare it to like a Parabati relationship in the Mortal Instruments. Basically, they're thread sisters, and they're like the best of friends. They fight as one. Basically, Parabati, and they kind of get separated, and their stories kind of intertwine, but they're kind of separate, and there's dangers for each of them, and it's really good if you're looking for really good female friendship. From what I can tell so far, this is a really good book for it. I will let you know what I think of this book at the end of the month, because I will definitely be finishing this one up. The next book I want to pick up is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This was my most anticipated books of the year, and it came out, and I bought it. I am meeting Marissa Meyer tomorrow to have her sign this, and I'm super excited for it. This is a bind-up of novellas for the Lunar Chronicles series, so Cinder, Scarlet, Crafts, and Winter. I can't wait to dive into this. I know it's just like, there's no set collection, like it's just a bunch of different stories, but one of them is a wedding, and I know whose wedding it is, and I can't wait to read it because it's gonna be so cute, and I'm so excited. And so if I only read the novella about the wedding, I'll be happy. I don't think I'll finish this book, even though it's short. It's pretty short. I don't think I'll finish this book just because I don't know how much I'm gonna love all of the novellas, but I'll definitely read the wedding one. I have a lot of novellas on my list this month. Next book I want to pick up is The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. I just talked about this book, but I really want to read the rest of it. I want to be able to say, like, I finished The Bane Chronicles. So I'm going to finish The Bane Chronicles. The next book I want to read is also a novella, and that is Tales from Shadowhunter Academy. I recently just bought this ebook. I was inspired by Christine from Poem Bananas Books video about how amazing it was, and I just want to dive back into that world and see all my characters before we go on to Lady Midnight. And of course there are things in there that I have to read before I read Lady Midnight. So I bought the first ebook and I started it, and I can't wait to continue on. So yeah, I'm so excited for that. This is the last novella on the list, is Through the Dark by Alexandra Bracken. I don't want to read all the novellas. I just want to finish the first one, because I've heard that you have to read the first one before you continue on to Never Fade. So I'm going to finish the first novella in this series, and then I will read Never Fade, because I need to know what happens to Liam and Ruby and Chubbs and Zoo. And the final book of my ambitious TBR for the month is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. I am like 82 pages into this book, and I cannot wait to continue on. I loved Anna and the French Kiss, and my friend just recently read this, and she said it was really good. I need to continue on with Stephanie Perkins' contemporary trilogy. It's just a QC contemporary, and if you haven't picked up Anna and the French Kiss, you have to pick it up and you have to read it because it was so great, and I love it. And I just need to finish this. It'll take me like 2 seconds. It's really quick. Her books are really quick reads. So if you're looking for a cute, quick, contemporary, Stephanie Perkins. Alright, so that is my overly ambitious TBR and my January wrap-up. Let me know what books you guys read in the month of January and what you're planning to read in February, and I'll let you guys know how my reading goes. If you want to know any of my updates stories. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram. I'll put those down below. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!